What's up, fight fans? This is Counterpunch with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Dominic Brazil. Dominic Brazil has stated and rated both guys' punching power, Anthony Joshua's punching power compared to Deontay Wilder's punching power. He said that Deontay Wilder hits like a sledgehammer, okay? He said compared to when he thinks about Joshua's punching power compared to Deontay's, it's like a slap from a woman. So he's definitely stating that Deontay Wilder obviously has a harder right hand than Anthony Joshua. So what does that mean? So let's ask Deontay Wilder what he had to say about the comparison between him and Anthony Joshua.
We can compare all we want, but, at the end of the day, when both of us get in the ring, you don't know what's going to happen. I can't say, that I'm going to knock him out. I can't say he's going to knock me out. We just have to see when that time comes and see what happens.
So that's what Deontay Wilder had to say, and it was one of the most logical things that Deontay has said in a long time. Not said he doesn't, everything that comes out of his mouth is BS or crazy talk or whatnot, but this is a very intelligent thing that he said, because you don't know. And that's the most honest thing that he possibly could have said, because you don't know what will happen when Deontay Wilder gets in there with Anthony Joshua, okay? And we know how things work in the sport of boxing. It's what you've done lately in the sport of boxing. What happened lately? A massive knockout of Dominic Brazil. And like I told you guys, like Luis Ortiz, like Dominic Brazil, you get your best fans from the people that you've knocked out. That's where your new fan base comes from the old fighters that you once KO'd. And Luis Ortiz, now Dominic Brazil is another fan, because he's another admirer of the punching power of Deontay Wilder. So when you do get hit with by him, it does humble you. Because Dominic Brazil, I know he feels embarrassed. He should feel embarrassed, but, he got caught with a punch. This is heavyweight boxing, mind you. This isn't like even middleweight, So it just goes to show you that you can get hit with a punch you don't see, or and I don't even know if Dominic Brazil saw that punch coming, but if he did or didn't, it doesn't matter. He still got knocked out by it. But Deontay Wilder made a lot of sense with that. You don't know if he's going to knock me out. I don't know if I'm going to knock him out. We just got to wait and see. And that makes more sense because it stops all the trash talk. I think Deontay's starting to realize that you don't want to go down that same path like Dominic Brazil talked all that shit and got knocked out. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. You want to set yourself a platform is if you go in there with another elite fighter, because he knows that's another elite fighter he's getting in there with. Okay? He's not getting in there with someone that likes to lead with a hook knowing damn well he can get countered with a right hand like Dominic's ass did. That's where he made his mistake. But he knows that this guy's going to work behind his jab. He knows that anything can happen in that fight. And then one thing he does have faith in is his power. So that's what he's going to use. That's what he's going to attempt to exploit, to impose his will on Anthony Joshua, and likewise coming back from Anthony Joshua to implement his game plan. That's how that's going to work. It reminds me, going back down memory lane, Felix Trinidad versus, I'll give you one better than that. I give you David Tua versus Lennox Lewis. David Tua was another one-punch knockout artist, right? You got guys that can knock you out with one hand, and David Tua was one of those guys. He could hit you with that left hook. He even found out he could knock you out with his right. He just didn't really even try. He found that out in later years of his career. But he was the number one contender for the longest after he beat Hasim Rahman, and he sat on that title or that number one position for a long time. And when he finally got the opportunity to fight Lennox Lewis, everyone said all he needs is one shot. Okay, that's what made that fight so interesting. Sure, he was 5'9". Sure, Lennox Lewis was 6'4", 6'5". Lennox Lewis outweighed him in reach, outweighed him in, skill set, but it didn't matter because Tua had that one punch. This fight is no exception. The only difference is that Deontay Wilder is a hell of a lot taller. Actually, he's taller than Anthony Joshua, and he has speed. Okay? But he does have one punch knockout power. So that's what makes that fight so intriguing. But I just wanted to leave that with you guys with Dominic Brazil, his statements that he made, along with Deontay Wilder's. You guys tell me what you think about the comparison of power and what does it mean in a fight. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.